Hello, this is your paranormal archaeologist, Digital Archaeology, bringing you 10 more of the scariest encounters ever caught on camera. Let's have a look, shall we? Reddit user Loser70 has posted this video ghost or something else. So as I was checking to see what triggered my camera notification, I almost closed the app until I saw that. Still don't know what it is. I also wonder if the cat had something to do with it. I can't talk myself into believing it was an actual ghost. Let's have a look. So what do you seemingly make of this? Is clearly, something moves up the screen there. Definitely some sort of mist or something. Is it paranormal? Look, probably not. Could it simply be dust, given the cat triggered the camera? Absolutely. But look, there's always that possibility. So look, let me know what you think of this one in the comments, and on to the next. Reddit user Andrew6 has posted this clearest photo I ever took of a ghost. Let's have a look. So here is the photo in question. Obviously, you can see a silhouette of something. There's definitely, some sort of person, well, shadow standing there at least. Look, you can definitely make out the head, the body, the legs. The problem with this, as many people in the comments section have, is that unfortunately we don't have another angle. So could it be a cardboard cutout, the person's shadow? All of these little variables that I guess come into play when you're looking at this sort of thing. Look, if it is paranormal, it's definitely a cool capture as it shows a shadow person. But yeah, let me know what you think of this one in the comments, and on to the next. Reddit user YSize2692 has posted this video. I have one for you guys. Does this seem familiar to anybody? I feel like I've heard this sound before, just the sound at the beginning, but there are also a number of other sounds. Let's have a listen. So what do you seem to make of that? It's clear there are some sounds going on. The OP obviously was unaware or unsure of what they were. Someone said it sounded like maybe knocking, a car at one point. But yeah, look, let me know what you think of this one in the comments, and on to the next. A Reddit user has posted this video. Sister said she saw this headless guy on a motorcycle. I sure wish I bought a better dash cam. What do you think? Let's have a look.
Magkano nga? 200 plus. So, sa kaya? Sakay ka mo. May babaw. Magkano nga? 200 plus. So, sa kaya? Sakay ka mo. May babaw. Magkano nga? 200 plus. So, sa kaya? Sakay ka mo.
So what do you see me make this as? Unfortunately for me, it's just really too hard to be able to see if the person is headless or not. People in the comments have said the light is shining off his helmet. The OP did try and say that the light from the headlights was shining off of a reflective vest, as they are required to wear that, which is fair enough. But again, unfortunately, because the person on the motorbike was only in frame close enough for one frame, it's just way too blurry. But yeah, look, let me know what you think of this one. Is this a headless motorcycle, or is just someone that they just couldn't see because it was too blurry? And on to the next. Reddit user Yule King has posted this video came into work to find a ghost had knocked over a TV. So he says first movement at 8:30 at night, 3 hours after leaving, knocked over an hour later at 9:30. Let's have a look.
That is weird. I'm not even on to be here, whoa. And there was nothing. That is weird. I'm not even on to be here, whoa. And there was nothing.
So what do you see me make of that? As you can clearly see, it starts to wobble. Unfortunately, we don't know if there's any wind or anything. So it's really hard to say if wind causes to fall over. I mean, like if it is something paranormal, it definitely is a cool capture as there is nothing there to really make it wobble. Someone said vibrations maybe, which is a distinct possibility, but again, we have no way of really verifying or denying that. So look, let me know what you think of this one in the comments, and on to the next. Reddit user Your Favorite Dummy has posted this video slash sound clip, more sky horns in Canada from 2024. So he said, here's a video of sky horns in a city my sister used to live in. I'm curious to where these sounds come from, but it sure as heck doesn't sound soothing. People I've spoken to said they heard similar things a while back, but this one was captured by my sister, so let's have a listen. So what do you see me make of that? It's clearly something is causing that loud horn-like sound. It's definitely very creepy, obviously, especially if you don't know what's causing it or where it's coming from. Could there have been some sort of festival or event going on nearby that the OP wasn't aware of? Very likely and potentially. But again, if not, and it is something, otherworldly, it's definitely very creepy, especially if you're unaware. So let me know what you think of this one in the comments, and on to the next. Reddit user Oriel has reposted this video simply titled Repeating Metallic Skyhorn Sounds in Several Cities in Morocco from 2016, recorded over multiple days, no visible source. So she says this is from 2016 in Morocco, one of the few videos on the internet about this incident in Morocco, if not the only one. Obviously the video is not hers, but she wanted to share it. Let's have a listen. So what do you make of this? Obviously, it's very creepy and very scary hearing these sounds come from basically everywhere. I'm guessing at the time it probably overwhelmed most people's senses. Look, if you're on the ground and suddenly hearing what amounts to horns coming from every which direction, you're obviously going to panic. Listening to that, definitely very spooky. If, obviously nobody's ever found any evidence as to what caused it. But yeah, look, let me know what you think of this one in the comments, and on to the next. Reddit user Queen Joker has posted this video of Idaho State Penitentiary. 28th of February 2026. A friend and her decided to tour around the old Idaho State Penitentiary, took many photos and videos, and thought nothing of them until last night when they were being reviewed, and what was on this video caught their attention. So my friend and I were exploring the two house, north wing of the penitentiary. The woman in the lilac sweater is my friend, and you can see her sarcastically say, "I'm so scared" in Spanish. There were other explorers with us, but they were heading out. Towards the end of the video, you can hear a faint whisper say, "I'm in here." Let's have a listen.
Tengo miedo, tengo mucho miedo.
So what do you see me make of that? As you can clearly hear some sort of whisper say, "I'm in here" or "I'm here." Obviously very creepy, especially if, nobody else is there to make that whisper and they only heard it later on when reviewing the footage. So yeah, look, let me know what you think of this one in the comments, and on to the next. Reddit user Brave Coconut 3144 has posted this video. Help me find the origin of this sound. He says this sound was from 3 summers ago when he was taking a shower. When him and one of his siblings were home, he heard this weird laugh. They searched the house and unfortunately have no idea where it's come from. He says it's a one-story house. And again, they searched the house. There's no one outside, no one inside to make the laugh, and they're unsure if maybe someone was outside. But yeah, look, let's have a listen.
My body.
So why?
My body.
So why didn't?
My body.
So why
My
did?
body.
So why didn't?
So what do you see me make of that? Is it clearly sounds like a clown laugh, very freaky and very bizarre. As I said, they searched the house, couldn't figure out where it came from. There was no one around. So yeah, look, let me know what you think of this one in the comments, and on to the next. In this last one, Reddit user BasicGrass7252 has posted this video. Strange noise, true recording. So he says some people think it's dust, but they've had this camera for just over a month. Apparently, they had another video where their child woke up to this weird noise and started crying, and his wife wants him to essentially throw the camera out. Let's have a listen. So what do you make of that? It's clearly there's some weird clicks, signals, noises going on with this camera. Some people said it could simply just be picking up radio signals, and obviously because it's a camera, it's not designed to transmit those sorts of things. So yeah, look, obviously, as I said, weird and creepy. Paranormal, no. Let me know what you think of this one in the comments. Until next time, visual archaeology. For more scary videos, click on this next video.